tough to get it right. And I've seen him do like 10-15 moves in one go in a single shot, and it's been like, wow. So.
Thank you. Whoa. I was like, she is just like I couldn't take my eyes off.
Sweet.
We did a lot of scenes together, action scenes and the dramatic scenes and the romantic scenes. But I never noticed that she has a til here.
But I want to hear now what you have to say.
Again, how much I can write poetry or
You
what to
need
be
to
sitting
go.
here. So I thought कि यार Dawn में कुछ
रोल मिल जाएगा
कोई रोल मिल जाए कुछ हो जाए.
It was freezing. And we were just like, and the last thing on our mind was kissing. We were close to each other. We were like, are we done? Are we done? It's so cool.
I'm shy. I'm
You're
just shy about these things.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know
like,
what
you
to
have to
say.
add something to this. Glorification is the issue, not showing characters.
I also have a responsibility because my first film was with the most wonderful director, the most beautiful woman, Zoya Akhtar. It's my mom. I stay with my family, and then I just can't do it. There are certain things which I just can't. I won't be able to do.
Hello everyone, welcome to Showsha. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with Malavika Mohanan and Siddhant Chaturvedi. Hello guys.
Hello,
Hi.
How are you?
It's very rarely that someone says Malavika Mohanan and not Malavika Mohanan.
But your name is Malavika.
You know, it's a very Malayali name. Even though I grew up in Bombay, my parents are both from Kerala and they moved here, like, you know, for dad's work. So I was born here. But so when you say it in Malayalam, it's Malavika.
Oh.
Right? It's said in a whole different way.
Malavika.
But when you say it in the Bombay or in an anglicized thing, it can be anything. It can be Malvika. People call me Malvika, Malavika. Like there are so many permutation combinations.
But I'm not completely wrong, right?
No, of course not. But it's interesting that you said that because not a lot of people here do.
Chalo, great. We're off to a great start. But I think this film, Yudhra, is like a first in some ways for the two of you. Also, we are going to, Siddhant.
Yeah. Hi guys.
I'm just saying that we're also going to see you in a very different space, like this, you know, full action star, larger than life, killing men, boys, doing what? A first for you for sure. Did you enjoy, you know, being
Killing
all
people?
stylish and sleek, this kind of a space?
And I enjoyed watching him do it. He's done it very, like, if I may say so, he's done the action.
I'm not talking about
pretty
killing
cool.
people. I'm talking about
Just being.
Just being that
stylish and
character,
sleek and all of that.
Oh yeah.
You can be modest, and I can be
How
the
can I
hype
just say,
woman
yeah,
and say he's done a fantastic job.
He did.
And he's very good with action. His body language, his timing. I've seen him do really long action sequences where the technicality for action is so nuanced, right? You know, you have to do the fake punch and then the fake hit and then the fake kick, you know. It's tough to get it right. And I've seen him do like 10-15 moves in one go in a single shot, and it's been like, wow. So.
Thank you. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you obviously always, as a kid, dreamed to like do an action film on a big scale, and I think nothing better than what happened in this film with Farhan sir, you know, and Sridhar sir writing it, and Ritesh Sidhwani producing it with Excel. Best technicians, I think, the best co-actors. So I think everything padded it up to make it look like the way it is, and yeah, I think I'm fortunate to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stylish, good-looking film, is what I meant.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you feel that.
No, but you also, we see you at your glam best when you watched yourself on the screen. Did you have a moment where you like complimented yourself? Okay, Malavika, you really
She's
look good.
beautiful on the screen, off screen, so obviously you guys.
Of course.
She's too pretty on screen. Like, wow. So I watched the final edit 3 days back, the final thing. And I was just like, whoa. And I was like, she is just like I couldn't take my eyes off.
Sweet.
And yeah, there's something about her
You
eyes.
never told me this. Like I'm hearing it coming out in an interview.
And I noticed on this, and I did so many, like, we did a lot of scenes together, action scenes and the dramatic scenes and the romantic scenes. But I never noticed that she has a til here.
So when did you notice it?
That when I was watching it on the big screen, I was like, whoa, okay.
We've known each other for 4 years now.
Yeah, I think it's like, wow, and she's just too pretty on screen, and she's done a fabulous job. I think she's just effortless, and it took a long time for us to kind of, you know, prep all of this, and she's also doing a lot of action, and she's done it. When you watch that, you'll be like, okay, I think it's more brutal than what I have done in the film. So yes.
Wow.
So she's killing it and literally killing it in the film as well. So I'm excited for the world to kind of see her in a Bollywood debut. And I think I could not have imagined anybody else but her. Can't think of anybody else. Like, not at all. So I think we are good and we are like bringing you guys something very, very massive. At the
Yes.
same time, the softness and the romance, everything is just there, like in the film, and you'd feel every beat of every frame when it comes and as it comes, and you'd want to watch it again and again and again. So it's yeah, I'm excited.
But did
Wow,
you like
that
look
was-
at?
That was
That was
really
nice.
sweet,
That was
Siddhant.
sweet.
Thank you.
No, but Malavika, did you, when you looked at yourself at, like I said, your glam best, did you also have a moment where you said, "Ki, wow, I really look good"?
I would like to answer that again.
You know, I love how we've taken over answering each other's questions.
ये चाह रही है कि हम खुद की तारीफ करें, वो हो नहीं पाएगा.
क्यों नहीं? कर
कि
सकते
हम
हो.
अपने फेवरेट नहीं हैं.
Okay, I'll give a one-line answer for your thing and then he can take over. But
No,
you
no,
also wanted
I
to
was
say
just kidding.
something.
Please,
No, it's okay.
अरे मैं-
But I want to hear now what you have to say.
Again, how much I can write poetry or
You
what
want me
is
to
sitting
go?
here.
But you do write poetry, so you
Yeah,
might
he
as
does
well.
write poetry.
Okay, Malavika, over to you.
I had that moment, I would say, when I saw the first song from our film, Sathiya, because it's so quintessentially, it's Bollywood, it's beach, it's, you know, it's this larger than life romance, it's these slow motion shots, and we're wearing, you know, this bikini and sarong, and he's wearing an open white shirt running towards each other.
Right.
I had that when I watched that, for me, because that to me is Bollywood, right? Like we've grown up watching our, you know, favorite actors and actresses romance in a similar fashion, do similar songs. So it was a
Nice
that
moment.
was an
Yeah.
overwhelming moment.
I'm sure, right. Siddhant, you said that you actually had signed Yudhra soon after Gully Boy had released. I just want to know, why did the film not release earlier then?
Because it was not made because of the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
It was the writing phase that time going on. The ideation was after Gully Boy. And I loved the idea. And I was really excited to do something in action. But because the pandemic happened, we had to kind of, and thankfully we had not got into production because then that would have been a problem. So we waited, and in that time, meanwhile, I did Gehraiyan, I did Bunty Babli, and I was like, okay, you know, because this one required a lot of
Prep?
a lot of prep, but a big crew.
Okay.
Also there are some international locations here. There are some international action directors who had to fly down with their team and equipments. And if you have seen the trailer, that there is a huge port sequence there. So those things were quite tricky that time, and even after the pandemic opened, the
It's a high
restrictions.
production film.
Yeah,
You know, which
So-
needed a certain amount of prep. And I remember, like, right before we went into pandemic, like, we were going to start in that August, I
Yeah,
think.
that-
the coming
yeah.
August. I don't remember which month the pandemic
Yeah.
kicked in. The first lockdown happened.
March 21st.
Yeah.
So August is when we were about to begin, and then obviously everything shut down. And even after it opened, the question became about we had to fly our action director. He's from
Spanish, yeah.
he's from Spain,
Spain.
you know, so they had to fly him and his
Federico.
team down, and because of the restrictions, there were a lot of logistical difficulties, which is why it, you know, then took time.
Yeah. But you know, I read it somewhere. You had said, please correct me now if I'm wrong, if it was misquoted. But I think Ritesh Sidhwani sir actually told you that, you know, what do you want to do next?
Yeah.
And then you said that, you know, I would want to do an action film. Now that's great because, you know, not many actors so early on in their careers get that choice.
No, but it was not a choice like that kind of a choice. It was like, okay, now Gully Boy is out, and
Yeah.
I needed some kind of guidance, and he's my mentor. He's my, you know, he's been guiding me since my Inside Edge days. So he asked me, what is your plan now? What kind of
Okay.
films you want to do? So I said, I want to do an action film. And right at that time, I think Farhan sir was meeting Sridhar sir for this film, the ideation of it. They had not like signed or locked anything, just the idea they had come up with. And then Ravi sir happened to be there at the same time, who had watched my film. So when they were sitting, and then I requested sir that, somehow I got to hear it कि there's something happening. But for me also it was a far-fetched dream that time, yeah, because that time I thought there's an action film which is happening in Farhan sir is sitting in the same room. It is Dawn which is happening. So then I was like यार यहाँ तो कुछ नहीं है. So I thought कि यार Dawn में ही कुछ
मिल जाएगा.
कोई रोल मिल जाए, कुछ हो जाए. So I had asked it like that कि सर एक कुछ एक्शन फिल्म है वो आप बना रहे हैं तो उसमें. So he's like no, it's not Dawn, you know, and this is something else. So I was like, okay, can I test for it? Can I try? So he's like, you meet the director. If the director likes you, yeah, okay, let's see. So I met Ravi sir, and Ravi sir had watched my film, and he had watched MC Sher, so he thought that, you know, that kind of a demeanor or that kind of an attitude was wanted in this character as well. So he said, ki, you know, let's sit. And that time they just had a 5-pager. They didn't even have a script. They had like action sequences and the storyline, the basic ones. So I said, I heard it and I said, sir, I would do it. So they started prepping and they started writing was still going on. And as then Malavika came in the picture, and then as we were about to start, the team was getting locked, and then the pandemic happened. So it was not a choice which was like कि अच्छा बेटा बताओ क्या करना चाहेंगे आप. ऐसा नहीं था.
Yeah, because I was just going to call Ritesh after the interview, being like, hey, I heard you're giving us choices.
Choice to
Can I
actors.
pick a nice love story?
It was not a choice. He's a very sensible producer. He'd never like, you know, and thankfully even after the pandemic when the industry was going through a lot, to back such a big film on you know, relatively new actors, it takes guts. It takes a lot of faith and conviction.
Absolutely.
We love Ritesh. He's a sweetheart. He's everyone loves Ritesh.
We all love.
He's a collective favorite. I've never met somebody who doesn't like Ritesh.
You know, I want to ask this to the two of you. I think Siddhant had said somewhere that, you know, it was during Gehraiya that he actually learnt intimacy, and that I'm not going to take it that way. Siddhant, calm down.
Said.
अरे यार मैं मजाक करता हूँ, कहाँ से चीजें उठा रहे.
Oh, मजाक था.
अरे था कि इसमें मैं मजाक कर रहा था यार.
See the way it was
Trailer launch पे बोला. Like, see, look, it's a half serious statement, right? I know that it's not that easy to be. You kind of have to
I get it.
crack that intimacy. You know, be comfortable with intimacy. It's not easy.
Yeah. I was going in this direction that, you know, I think along with an actor learning action or whatever, I think intimacy is also very important as a tool to learn, to make not just yourself but your co-actors also feel safe on a set or comfortable more than that.
Yeah, so and nowadays it's a good thing that they have a lot of intimacy coordinators on set as well.
Yeah.
Which is a very good thing, right? To know boundaries, to know, like, the whole process of intimacy is not as simple as, okay, just do it. There's a whole tarika to it.
Yeah.
So I think coordinators are making it very easy. I don't think we had one for Yudhra. For our song shoot. And we were in, I think more than intimacy, we were in so much, we were so cold.
Yeah.
So for Sathiya's song, we had like a couple of intimate moments, you know, where we were kissing and we were against these waves and we were completely wet, we were drenched and it was freezing. And we were just like, and the last thing on our mind was kissing. We were close to each other and we were like, are we done? Are we done? It's so cold. It was funny. Most of the behind the scenes of kissing is just funny. It's goofy, it's funny.
Yeah. And very technical also.
It's very technical, this
absolutely.
angle, that angle.
Yeah.
So it's.
I'm shy. I'm just shy about these things.
Yeah,
I
don't
he's
know what
like
to say.
to add something to this, and he's just gone like.
It's like I'm shy about these things. So yeah, I mean, as you said, obviously, it's very important for as an actor to kind of firstly feel comfortable, and only then you can make somebody feel as comfortable as you are.
And it's about being sensitive to like each other's, you know, to each other in that moment. So much of it is give and take, right?
Yeah. You know, in the trailer, we get acquainted with your character in a way कि as if इसको मतलब है जो कि as if नहीं कि anger issues है ना, और आजकल तो बड़ी सारी बातें हो रही हैं उस चीज़ को लेकर. You as actors, tell me just, you know, what's your take on, you know, how films should portray a character? Do you think the films have this responsibility of being this moral compass?
I feel it's a much deeper and larger conversation than a one-answer conversation in an interview, because we can talk about the West, we can talk about the European, you know, cinema market as a whole, but the kind of audience there and the kind of audience we have in India, the Indian demographic, what cinema is to us, to a common person, is very different, you know, and it influences our masses a lot. So when you glorify something, people do buy into it. You know?
Sure.
So it's a very catch-22 situation, right? You can't only make films which only show things as black or white, because stories are always in the gray. You know, they never happen in black
People
or
are
white.
grey.
People
Yeah.
are grey. Human
Yeah.
emotions are grey. Human actions are grey. So it's a very tricky situation, which is a much deeper conversation. So
Yeah.
it's not a. I don't know if I can give a one-liner answer
Sure,
to that,
sure.
but I do feel like glorifying certain extremely problematic things. Glorification. You can show things. You know, characters are always problematic. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a character. Otherwise, it would just be a pious, human being just standing in frame.
Yeah.
Glorification is the issue, not showing characters.
Yeah.
So it's how you handle things.
Sure, absolutely. Siddhant, you want to say something?
See, as a person, as a choice, as an actor, I am conscious about the choices which I make. But I can only speak about myself. There are people who, there are films which I haven't liked and people have loved, and there are films which I have liked and people have not. So, yeah, I mean, it's my personal choice. If I get a script like that, that's on me to kind of choose something like that.
Yeah.
What do you want to be a part of?
Yeah, do I want to be a part of this film? And that is the question which lies with me, and I need to answer that. And sometimes you have to kind of go and understand the responsibility and the effect of that film that it might have on the audiences.
Yeah.
And are you saying, like, so it's a very dual situation, I would say, because at times you, as an actor, you also know that there are people like that.
Yeah.
And you would want to maybe, because as an actor, you don't want to just play yourself every time. No? You might be a different person, but the character is requiring something else. But if you play that character, you know that is going to have an effect on. So it's a very, this problem comes with responsibility, I feel. And I am conscious of things which I have chosen, which either have a consequence of the wrong which I'm doing, or either there's a confession of which you have, if you've seen my films, talking about what I've done, at least I can only speak for my, with my experience. So either there is a consequence, or there is a confession, or there is a redemption to it. But you can't, I feel, I would not be comfortable, going without consequences, because I will not. I just don't know. I can't do that. And I also have a responsibility, because my first film was with the most wonderful director, the most beautiful woman, Zoya Akhtar. So I think it's her schooling also in a way. And, the MC Shade was in a way a feminist.
Absolutely.
So I just can't. It's my mom. I stay with my family, and then I just can't do it. There are certain things which I just can't. I won't be able to do. I might enjoy watching it, because I was like, "Arey, maza aa raha dekhne mein," but obviously it has to come with a consequence.
Sure.
I won't promote, or I won't be like, यार नहीं ये नहीं होना चाहिए, मतलब या ये होना चाहिए. So मेरा ओपिनियन मैं अपने पास ही रखता हूँ मोस्टली, बिकॉज कोई पॉइंट नहीं है, जिसको जो पसंद आ रहा है देखे. बट एज एन एक्टर जब मेरे पास चॉइस आएगी, तो मैं अपना सोच समझ के, मेरी जो दुनिया है, जो मेरी अपब्रिंगिंग है, उस हिसाब से ही मैं बात कर पाऊँगा.
No, but very well said. More power to both of you. On that note, thank you so much to both of you, and all the very best for Yudhra.
Thank you so
forward
much.
to seeing both of you, pack some solid punch. And like he said, you also have some super cool action sequences. We're going to look forward to that.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much. Sweet.
Hey guys, hi, this is Siddhant Chaturvedi, and you're watching us on News 18.
Hi, this is Malavika Mohanan, and you're watching us on News 18.